Yay, today's the day. Your little bug babies are here. If you see Mr. Urban today, thank you, or tell him thank you for getting them like in their home since I wasn't there. He was super helpful. One thing that Miss Ray or your sub mentioned to you is that originally we were going to be putting them into your habitats like one boy and one girl. However, we are going to wait just a little bit because we need to do some observing, and the other section or the other class needs to be able to set up their habitats entirely. So today you're going to get to look at them and observe them, but they will be stored in just 2 randomly chosen habitats that were done. If Miss Ray or your sub has not given you this paper, you will be getting it shortly. But the point of this video is to kind of give you a detail of what you'll be doing for the next 15 to 30 minutes, but then also kind of talking to you about what I expect. So the paper in front of you is pretty self-explanatory. You are going to be getting a milkweed bug, one single bug, and it's going to be in this tiny clear little dish that has a lid. The lid is not like screw on, it does not snap on, it just literally sits on there. This is a very hard and fast rule. The lid needs to stay on and the bug needs to remain inside at all times. It is not an option for the bug to be out of the container for one reason or another. It is really, really important that we keep these guys contained. They are an invasive species, and as we will continue to learn, or as we talked about last year with the Great Lakes ecosystem, if they are released and open to our environment, it can cause havoc. If you remember the Asian carp or the sea lampreys when you had to do that debate, it was a big deal. So these bugs cannot get loose. And then also it just causes unneeded kind of mess in our classroom. So I put it on the sub notes and I told Miss Ray that if you so feel inclined to not follow the rules and you are going to remove the bug from the container, you will be asked to leave the class and you will not get points for this assignment because you could not follow the directions. Okay, it's real simple. You're going to look at them inside the container. I know they might be moving around a lot and crawling. People in the past have taken a picture of them so they can get like a still view of them, and that would be great. And you are allowed to do that. Essentially, you will get this paper and there are 3 questions. Describe in detail the structures that they might be using to get from place to place, so parts of their body. Number 2, describe in detail how they seem or appear to be getting information from their environment. And lastly, as best as you can, describe their mouth. So that will just be like looking at your first bug, the one that you scoop out of the bag. Part 2 has you drawing. It says pattern 1 and pattern 2. There are 2 patterns that you can find on any given milkweed bug. They either have pattern A or pattern B. Your goal is to find 2 bugs with the 2 different patterns. So you will draw in color and in detail the backside of the milkweed bug and the belly side. So you should have, ideally, 2 separate patterns between pattern 1 and pattern 2. Your goal is to look and observe and see if you can find it. Just because I'm not there and I want to make sure it's clear, look at their colors and like the spacing of the colors. That's what you're kind of looking at when I'm talking about the pattern on the bug itself. You can move kind of freely or however Miss Ray talks to you about it, but right now you are going to be going back to your assigned seat so she can give you further instruction.